This is the AI News Flash for April 28th, 4 p.m. UTC. First up, the CEO of Customers Bank, Sam Sidhu, had his AI clone lead the company's quarterly earnings call, Fortune reported on April 28th. With Customers Bank holding $25.9 billion in assets, this marks one of the first major cases of executive digital twin deployment at a publicly traded financial institution. The move parallels Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's reported work training his own AI avatar for employee communications, leveraging photorealistic avatars, voice cloning, and historical speech datasets. This pushes the boundary of CEO duties that AI can substitute, raising fresh questions for SEC disclosure regulations, accountability for AI-generated statements, and the future of investor relations. Whether AI-generated remarks legally count as the CEO's own words is set to become a key compliance debate. Next, the U.S. Department of Justice formally joined Elon Musk's xAI in its lawsuit blocking Colorado's AI anti-discrimination law on April 28th, KUNC reported. This brings federal backing to xAI's First Amendment free speech strategy against state-level AI regulation. The Colorado law mandates disclosure when AI is used in employment, housing, credit, and healthcare decisions. xAI argues that requiring AI to avoid discriminatory outputs constitutes unlawful state speech regulation and seeks legal recognition of Grok as deserving the same First Amendment protections as human speech. Combined with planned expansion to Connecticut after California's earlier dismissal, this creates a three-way standoff between AI companies, the federal government, and states over AI regulatory authority. The federal endorsement of AI free speech defense could become a turning point for global AI regulation philosophy. Next, Citigroup projected that the generative AI market will reach $4 trillion by 2030, driven by enterprise growth, in a report covered by PYMNTs on April 28th. This significantly exceeds prior estimates, with growth drivers including accelerating enterprise adoption, ROI pressure from hyperscaler capex exceeding $650 billion, expanding production deployment of AI agents, and monetization of industry-specific solutions. Value capture across infrastructure, models, applications, and services layers is assumed. This contrasts sharply with reports of OpenAI missing growth targets, and Goldman Sachs' warnings that AI concerns are pushing investors to rethink long-term growth expectations for U.S. equities. The widening gap between optimistic market sizing and revenue reality will be the key test in coming quarters. Next, Florida House Speaker Perez killed Governor DeSantis' AI regulation bill on the first day of the special session. Florida Phoenix reported on April 28th that the comprehensive bill would have introduced child chatbot protections and transparency requirements for AI-driven employment, housing, and credit decisions, but failed to advance amid Republican infighting. The move aligns with the White House AI legislative framework, asserting federal preemption over state laws, suggesting the Trump administration's AI deregulation stance is taking hold at the Republican state level. Together with federal review of 38 state AI laws and the Commerce Secretary's evaluation deadline, this further complicates the patchwork U.S. AI regulatory landscape. The clash between state child safety and consumer protection efforts versus federal innovation priorities is emerging as a key 2026 midterm election issue. Last, the United States signed energy and AI cooperation agreements with Balkan countries including Albania and North Macedonia on April 28th, Reuters reported. The deals expand U.S. economic and technological influence in the region and are expected to cover AI data center sites, renewable energy infrastructure, and digital sovereignty cooperation. The geopolitical positioning counters China's Belt and Road Initiative and Russian energy influence, aligning with hyperscalers' strategy of geographically diversifying European AI infrastructure. Following the $300 billion Gulf AI investment program and sovereign AI strategies in the UAE, Singapore, Taiwan, and South Korea, this represents a regional version of the geopolitical logic underlying AI infrastructure dispersion. Alignment with EU accession processes and data sovereignty regulations will be the next debate. That's all for this AI news flash.